Okay, so I've been getting tons of emails from you guys lately, and it's so awesome that I get to like talk to you one-on-one and kind of get to reply and answer specific questions. So that's awesome. Please feel free to keep the emails coming. I had written one a few days ago, and as I was writing it, I was like, oh my gosh, I should make a video about this. So, I mean, I'm probably going to be looking down at my phone and kind of reading it back a little bit. But yeah, I'm just going to read it to you. So I had somebody ask me what I thought the root of this was. Because I had written in previous videos from a year ago, like literally a year ago now, that it was a little private and I didn't really want to talk about it via the interweb. But now I'm kind of like, I post a lot of stuff about private stuff, so I'm just going to read this. So in my research, I have found this to be a common ground amongst IC patients. A ton of sex, same partner, occasionally where the partner is sleeping with more than one person, unprotected especially, and you just may not know about it. And then chronic bladder infections and UTIs that are overly medicated, especially with the drug nitrofurantoin or macrobid. Those two drugs seem to be the root of all evil here. So I've talked to so many women, little side note, I've talked to so many women because one other IC girl who follows me on Instagram and I were talking about this one day, and we decided to just ask a ton of IC patients, oh, have you been on macrobid? And the amounts of yeses that we got was unbelievable. And they all said that's when the problems really started as far as IC goes. So we all had, you know, bladder infections and UTIs before that. We were given macrobid or nitrofurantoin. It has traces of bleach in it that bleach out your bladder. Hi. What's wrong with our bladders? Oh, they have ulcers and scratches and you know, thin lining and holes in them. Wonder why. Okay, back to the email. What doctors don't talk about is that IC is muscular as well. So, overactive muscles in the pelvic region or in the glutes, that's a big part of it. It's going to put pressure onto your bladder. And I know I've talked about the IC muscle before in other videos too. So the IC muscle is one that's like farther back, and it like touches your bladder. And when I go to physical therapy, we are constantly working on that muscle because it's like a hard rock wall. I mean, imagine if your muscles are like hard rocks and they're hard rocking against your bladder. And it's going to cause you pain whether you have IC or not. Plus, IC patients tend to hold stress in that area. So like a normal person would hold stress in their shoulders and in their back. And that's not to say that we don't, but we hold most of it in our pelvic region. So it's a benefactor. Yeah, so that's pretty much what that email touched on. I did send out a couple emails about pelvic floor dysfunction. A lot of the time that's caused with IC. So for women that were asking me about pelvic floor dysfunction, there's a couple techniques that I use besides going to physical therapy. One is the magic wand. I got it on Amazon. It's like a purple S-shaped tool. One side is like a blunt side, the other side is a sharp end. And I guess I could show it to you. Maybe I'll skip on the showing it. That's a little private, but there's the magic wand, and then there's the dilators that you can get at vaginismus.com. What the dilators are is they start out small and they get bigger and bigger and bigger, and basically they're supposed to be like a penis. And you start small and you get bigger and you get bigger, and then you have to start simulating sex. Not that it feels like sex or that it feels good at all, but it's helping your muscles get used to kind of that stretching and getting more comfortable. And the truth is that once your muscles get more, you know, comfortable with that and they start to relax a little, your pain is going to kind of subside because you don't have those rock walls holding your bladder hostage. See, there's one other thing. Oh, okay. So beyond like stretching and working out and like definitely stretching your hip muscles and stuff to keep, I don't know, everything's connected, so you need to make sure you're keeping everything else as loose as possible. I lost my train of thought again. It's so early. I literally just woke up and hopped up to make this video. Give me a second. I don't remember what it was. So keeping your muscles stretched, keeping your hips stretched. Oh, glazer technique. Okay, so we've all heard of Kegels. I'm sorry for men, this is kind of a video more for women's, what I know a little bit more about as far as IC goes. So we all know about Kegels. There's a glazer technique where you'll do like 10 quick flexes, and then you'll do 10 5-second flexes, and then you'll do 10 10-second holds. So second, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, relax. And those are like, really work on those. At first I was like, oh, I don't need to do those because I'm already, and I don't need to be anymore, and no, it's not the right answer, because if you're doing that, it's going to exhaust the muscles in the back station. And that's that. Okay, I'm going back to bed.